upgrade it a little bit, don't miss out on some very wonderful rewards. All right. I think in just a moment we're going to be hearing a few words from Nino and Sanford. I think we got a little interview in on them, so we got upgraded a little bit. Don't miss out on some very wonderful rewards. All right. I think in just a moment we're going to be hearing a few words from Nino and Sanford. I think we got a little interview in on them, so we got to see a little bit of interaction. Real quick, if there's one thing Liquid needs to change heading into Game 2, what should it be?
There's really nothing. I think that they just have to be safe when it comes to like sieging, I guess.
Okay. Leo, what about for you?
Keep it tight, both in your draft and in execution. Keep it simple.
Yeah, Alter Ego has kept things simple, but of course with those little bits of advanced techniques that you can bring into the game, and they took game number 1 away from Team Liquid. So now let's hear from Sanford and Nino to know a little bit more.
Sanford, I will teach you. Saya akui AE emang hebat.
Saya ako'y
AE hebat.
emang hebat.
Yeah, AE is great.
Oh, I agree though. Okay, I'll teach you too.
Yeah.
Alam nating lahat na ang Team Liquid
Na ang Team Liquid
ay napakalakas.
Wait,
Ay napakalakas.
lakas.
It means Team Liquid is super strong.
Oh, yeah. AE bakal menang hari ini.
AE bakal
Menang hari ini. Yeah. AE wins today.
Okay. I have one more. Okay. Team Liquid
Liquid
ang magkakampiyon
ang
magkakampiyon
magkampiyon
ngayong gabi.
ngayong gabi.
It means
It means
Team Liquid will be the champion tonight.
oh yeah. Wait, my team win today. My team.
My team.
No, my team.
I'm so glad that we featured the family-friendly version of that. I'm pretty sure there's some footage somewhere of the not-so-family-friendly version of that, of course. That is the natural language of international MLBB, teaching each other some of the finer points of each other's languages.
Spicier vocabulary.
The spicier vocabulary.
Yeah, I think Sanford's just glad it wasn't Mirko who is teaching him some Bahasa in the words, because I'll be not family friendly at all. But here we are, heading to the next game with a different approach for Team Liquid.
Oh, it has to be.
If I were to guess, if there's something that they have to change, I think they have to pick blue side.
Yeah. I mean, if they decide to run it back here, they have the choice and they're going to go red. I think that's going to be an acknowledgement of Team Liquid messing up their own execution, not respecting some certain aspects of the Alter Ego lineup. But yeah, I'm on the boat of just play it safe, man. Just go to the blue.
Yeah, it's easier to keep it simple on blue because you're not weighed down by the forced flex on red 5. You're not given the choice to make the mistake, which I don't want to call what they did in game 1 a mistake, but a loss is a loss. So that counts as a mistake.
Yeah, it's the age-old kiss. Keep it simple, sayang. That's all you gotta do, Liquid.
It's simple, Saya. All right, love it. Well, if they do get into the blue side, though, you will have to think of a different priority here. You might just go for the Claude, obviously, but in that scenario, I think the Freya should just be banned.
That's what we're saying. Game 1, we mentioned pre-draft. By banning the Freya, you get so much in return. If they were going to go blue, they could still win. Ban out the Fanny, ban out the Grok, threaten the Zushin trade, and ban the Freya. They didn't do it!
Oh, Freya Esmeralda.
They're going to run it back!
This is so good because this also prevents Hilda from Team Liquid, but immediately that's Lo Yi, as well as the friendly Team Liquid, that bring out the pieces of the Exodia, and now you know that they are in it now. They're now locked in.
Yeah, they ain't effing around, bro. They are honest with it. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring back Liquid Prime. You get the Chef on the Lo Yi, you get Carl Daisy on the Fredrin, and back then it was Benny Cutie. Now, of course, it's Oheb. You get the Claudin.
Yep. Now I think you will now go for your Kalea. It's still open? Yeah, it's still open. However, because it's the Lo Yi, they might just go for a Cho instead, so there's some isolation.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this will be
They call me a
an initiate.
because I saved my
Maybe
nation
Shin
from
against
falling
the Lo Yi, maybe because of the vision that you get from it.
I think they might also be thinking about that. They might end up having to fight front to back, sadly, up against a Lo Yi. But the Mountain Shocker has always shown up its value when it comes to those kind of playstyles.
Yeah. And now the Kaleo will be banned by Coach RC. Maybe actually the Farsa is next on the docket.
Yep. And here's the thing. AE doesn't have to ban the Uranus. They can pick it. Oh, no, they can't. So they have to ban the Uranus now.
They actually can.
Before we came up with the Apex Predator, there was a time where we were floating the idea of calling Sanford the human calculator because of this fact. He used to compete in math quiz bees for nearly 5 years.
Oh.
So he's good with his X's and Y's.
Big maths. Big maths.
Big maths.
I'll be surprised. Yeah, that is indeed the Farsa. That's what I actually am predicting here for Team Liquid. And now it makes so much sense because Alter Ego will not have that much of a good hero against this Lo Yi. But they have not faced Lo Yi, however, though. So they might just go for, oh, there's the Cho that I also mentioned earlier. Maybe they will go Zetian actually as their last pick.
Yeah. Cho Zetian clear up the minion wave really well, and you have to be on point with your management lest you suddenly lose the next 3 to 4 minion waves.
It's typically Hylas here for Team Liquid, and then they may toss it out with an Arlet. That Arlet will...
But the Arlet's banned.
It's banned, so they might just go for probably Lapu-Lapu.
Laps, yeah.
Against an Esme though in lane, I'm not a big fan of it. They might just double down in either the Uranus or a Glue at that point.
Yeah, I would rather the glue. Oh!
Alice?
If you're Uranus, then you just hunker down on the Esme Uranus matchup.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get to use and shit.
Yeah. Or there's no Kali. But else good. Maybe it's just the highest. Oh, the chip, obviously.
Oh my god. Yeah, they aren't messing around. They're going, this is season 13 Liquid.
What are the odds that Alter Ego goes for the Faramis now, especially because it's Lo Yi plus the chip?
Actually, I'm not gonna knock that, but it's up against a Cloud. You take away the Nether Realm so quick.
Maybe you just go for... Maybe... Oh, no, not the Lilia, actually. Valentina, perhaps? For Alter Ego?
Yeah, that makes a bit... Well, I think we just go for the Zetian. I wouldn't mind it. If you're front to back, then yeah, maybe they might lean into the Kimmy as well, but that's so much attack, continuous damage. They need hard burst, I feel like.
Yeah. And you're so vulnerable as the Kimmy.
Selena? No, it's gonna be lagging against the Yuzong Fred. Even though you want to keep tabs on the chip, it's not the way to do it.
Something different. And
Time to go to the Amity show.
it's
A Lilia, okay. I mean, classic front to back. That is the answer to go for. I think the Lilia and Cho actually rounded it out really well. That leans in a little bit more towards the Alter Ego play style.
It also, however, I would say that this Lo Yi and chip, I have never seen it lose.
Yeah.
Gotta say, so that really makes me scared for Alter Ego in this game number 2.
Liquid may have found out something about Alter Ego in their preparation. They keep attacking mid, and they force him on the Kagura game 1. Hijume now is forced to play the Lilia. I don't know if it'll survive against the onslaught of the Liquid Stampede.
Liquid has to win this game, I gotta admit. If they bring out this kind of lineup, this is them saying, we want to take control of the series, the momentum. And if they lose this, I don't know if they can recover with this Indonesian crowd as Alter Ego look to challenge the Golden Road. Game number 2, who do you think is going to win? A Liquid or Alter Ego? Type it off in the chat as Naisu Trexen bringing a call the action.
All troops
To
deployed.
take control of the series, you got to start here in game 2. Take control of the map, I feel like, with this composition from TL. We'll see if Alter Ego can do what they did in game 1, where they started strong and they carried on throughout the game.
You know, on paper, I do honestly really like Alter Ego's draft. Team Liquid, they have the wild card picks though. You have teleportation.
Yeah.
You have the power of movement. You have the power of surprise. Alter Ego does have answers. The Lilia, I think this is our first see of it so
No,
far from Swiss to now?
We've seen it. Yep, we've seen the Lily a couple times.
It
Actually.
answers well to Carl Teasy.
Yep.
A beautiful answer to Carl Teasy. You have the Cho, which is a great answer to Sanji on the Lu Yi. Overall, Alter Ego does have good answers around the map.
Yeah. Oh, JP though, going for the engage, forced to flicker out. I sort of agree, but I'd also want to trust
Have
somehow in Liquid and their objective capabilities. Because this is a utility jungler that we're talking about in the hands of Carl TZ, one of his specialties even. And it's not just that. They have more than just one or two ways to take control of the map. This is the Luyi Claude that we're talking about. So worst comes to worst, at least they have that long-range BMI to work with.
Again, this is, Sanford on the Yuzhong, very different from the Khalid that we saw him in game one, but even so, Arfi, again, he's undefeated on this Freya, had a great game in the last one. Hijime bringing out the Lilia, I think, is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, especially because of the way the poke works and the ability to potentially cause enough damage within a team fight, especially depending on how Hijime builds this out, that it gives them this kind of fighting prowess against the macro level of this. Arfi could be in trouble. Is he going to go 1v2? No, he's fine enough with that Valkyrie form.
You know, if I'm thinking of win cons for Team Liquid, we need to see Sanford be aggressive in this early phase. He's the major damage dealer. Carl TZ needs to be able to get these objectives. Look at the damage!
Called it, but Carl TZ doesn't survive that. Sanford picks up the kill on Yazuke though, but he does get traded out. So all that to lose Carl.
Yeah, you lose Carl. No one commits to the turtle just yet. They might go ahead and grab it once Yasuke gets back there, but still, Carl's here now too, so I think they want to give it a round two.
Okay, and now it's Nino who they look to target. Will walk safely under the turret though and get to dodge the combo from Sanji. Now they set up for the turtle objective. Alec trying to disrupt them just a bit. JP2 going for the zone. There's the stun, but the way of the dragon is used onto him. Hijime going for the burst, but this is enough time for Liquid to take the turtle.
But Yazuke is not even looking for the turtle. He's down bot. A quick diversion though to make sure that he can't steal this orange. Alter Ego Esports, I think in the end of that, it's a pretty fair trade overall. No big buffs were stolen from Team Liquid. If Alter Ego is able to take that orange, I would give it into their favor. It's a jungler for jungler. Sanford does take a death though, and that injures this bridge that is supposed to help Team Liquid carry themselves into the mid.
Okay, does he get to clear this wave? Mountain Shocker, doesn't get to survive that, but JP though going in with the shortcut brings in everyone from Liquid. That's the Appraiser's round latching onto Nino as well, but the counter falling Star Moon still gets stunned, and that's gonna be a 1-for-2.
As we've seen for our XP laners, hold on, Oheb.
Oheb gets knocked up, does have the BMI, will reposition. Hijime was there though. Fortunately, Carl saving him there.
Great skill there from Oheb to stay alive, but again, Sanford's gonna deal, he's gonna be the punching bag. Like I've said throughout the Swiss and knockouts, your XP laners get beat up, man, and that's just how it's gonna be, and then they can adjust from there. Now, taking a look at the items, again, Alter Ego, still playing the same way. They're still working in their first items across the board for both teams here. But it's more so answering that ability that if Alter Ego chooses to pick a lane, go for a gank, get a kill, they always have to be conscious of the shortcut. Not just that, but the diversion too, because those are such two big, powerful ultimates that are in the sleeves of Team Liquid.
DHS is locked in for Oheb, and normally, what we saw last game, it took a bit longer for Oheb to get involved, but because of the shortcut, he's able to join these fights instantly, and it's going to be one of the things that gives Team Liquid a nice advantage coming into some of these fights.
Okay, 10 seconds away from this turtle. They might decide to just go ahead and full-on fight it. Arfi and Oheb, they've been at it just like we expected. Arfi, handling his own there, but you can see the rotation and the setup is getting in place. Yasuke has done a great job at controlling a lot of the objectives and in their games as Alter Ego, and that's something that we have to see here from Carl TZ, and again, why I think he's opted to go back to that. Let me pick utility picks. Oh, Sanji.
Sanji doesn't get to touch that. He gets bursted down. Without him, this is a huge go signal for Alter Ego to just go and commit to the turtle.
I was just about to say, I don't know if Alter Ego wants to commit to this turtle with Yasuke already down 2. It's a tough fight for them, and even now, even without Sanji, it's dangerous, right?
Nope.
But that's a huge win before the turtle to at least. Whoa!
Wait, Sanford will try to go for the assassinate. Yasuke still survives, but that's gonna be enough time for Carl TZ to actually take the turtle. JP flickering in to finish off the kill, and now it's all members of Liquid fighting, blazing to it by Oheb gets cancelled by the knockup from the way of the dragon, though Nino will be taking him down. There is gonna be the chase from Alter Ego, though gets stopped by Sanji. Still, he tries to go for the kill. Carl TZ shutting down Alec, and they'll still try to chase for Sanford, but he's still gonna be alive. Energy eruption of Razor's Wrath, and it's a double for Carl.
Alter Ego, actually, they almost win that fight for a second there, but wait a second, big diversion coming in.
They still want to go? Another fight! Brewing up top! They land the stun, but it's gonna be under the turret. Might just convert into a kill for Yasuke, and that's what's gonna happen!
TL, I think they should have backed off. They decided to go, and you gotta remember this is the Flying Clouds map, so even if you get some kills, those members coming back up will be back to the fight so quickly, so they end up having a death here, and that's an adjustment that needs to be made. But Alter Ego Esports, again, with everything that's happened, will continue to go ahead and scale up. Now the problem being, yes, Oheb doing a pretty good job at being able to farm. Arfi is doing the same. So eventually, when we get to that point in the game, these gold laners are going to be so important for their team fights here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's actually balancing it out despite all the energy shields earlier being taken by Arfi, and his turret also being slightly damaged too.
I gotta say, yesterday we were talking about teams bringing out the worst in each other. I feel like these two teams right now are bringing out the worst in each other. From overextension from Alter Ego to overextension from Team Liquid. They are real. I mean, this whole game 2 is on tilt right now. Everyone is on tilt right now, and this is not just for a win. This is, this is for ego right here.
It's so important to tilt.
This is a whole lot at stake basically in this, and I think with the way that TL was kind of handled by Alter Ego Esports in Game 1, they definitely want to come out with this lineup and make it work, but so far you can't call it anyone's game just yet. Alec, well, not the kick he was looking for.
Not the right combo too, but they take down that tier 1 turret though, even though they didn't actually find the Falling Star Moon also. KarlTzy though makes his way to the turtle. Oh, I'm getting bursted by Hijume, already using the black shoes. Black Dragon form by Sanford onto Yasuke under the turret, diving in there, finally picks up the kill.
Oh man, they're still going.
The Hunters on the prowl. Arfi able to take out Sanford. That was a 1-for-1 as Alec with the re-engage.
Okay, that's the Appraiser's Wrath. Hito still flickering in, trying to go for the chase on JP. The Sanji out the combo will not make it in time. That's 2 for 1.
Time after time, blow after blow. It's just not stopping at this point, but once again, just like Game 1, Alter Ego seems to win out on the trades. They get the mid-tier 3. They lose Yasuke, but they find Sanford plus JP on top of it.
I love how after all that, both gold laners just swap sides, but they are going to get pressure for this tier 1. Oheb.
All 3 ascent.
No flicker from Alex still, but Arfi are...
No guns here.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's our tower. Back up.
Oh my god.
Kick to the face.
Hey, again, at this point, this is exactly what Alter Ego has to do. Whoa, diversion?
Oh.
They actually gonna follow through?
Oh, they find Hijume! Energy! Another stun from JP. Now doesn't have the black shoes, and OM will finally take him down.
That was the wrong bush to walk into.
Hey, I don't think Black Shoes is gonna help you with that, and everybody shows up through the shortcut. So, this is the thing they have to keep in mind. As the game transitions, and Alter Ego controls, portions of the game, at some point the map is open, and you have to keep your head on a constant swivel, basically, if you're Alter Ego. Because at any point, it's either the diversion or the shortcut. And it almost gets to this point where it's just a whole lot like this.
That's the shortcut dodged by Arfi. Such great mechanics you're seeing from this player. Still get the tier 1 turret though, but the combo from Sanji actually stuns so many. Sanford going in for the backlines, but so is Dino. Arfi going down. Now it's Hijume next. Yasuke all alone together with Alec. Do they still want to fight this? It's Karl and Sanford, but without the Black Dragon 4, they might just try and attempt. But the other members of Liquid, they're kind of coming join. Now it might just be a wipeout in favor of Liquid.
Team Liquid Philippines got in the paint with Alter Ego Esports. And this time they had a team fight that could last. They could disengage, re-engage, get back in it, and throughout about a minute there, we didn't know which way it was going, but all it took was one final diversion to turn the table.
And that's my point, Trex. You don't know which way they're coming from. That's exactly what happened to Alter Ego Esports. There's too many possibilities for TL to show up, and now they're trying to hold down the mid lane.
KarlTzy literally holding down everyone who attempts to try and fight against his team.
Can I just say, too, the adjustments that Sanford made here. Again, he got beat up in the early game. Now he's this threat. He's exactly what you expect the XP laners to do. Nino as well on the Esmeralda is capable of doing the same thing, but the way the team fights are happening is to thread the Black Dragon form with the Petrify here. Whoa, Nino already burning the Flicker, by the way. So he's not going to have that. Meanwhile, Lord is making its way up top. You have the rest of TL down here on the bottom. And so they are just taking real estate around the map here.
Oh, they spawned JP there. And all, or at least the shortcut is available. So I guess that's what Alter Ego is really trying to be careful about. They come in on JP though.
One of the things that kept Sanford in this game, yes, he takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. Yasuke also takes 2 or 3 deaths in the early game. So Sanford knows his target. He knows the person that I can still bully even though I'm behind.
Yeah.
And he's the one who's been claiming almost all of these deaths on Yasuke. A lot of damage though.
That's a petrify on Nino.
Why was Nino there when his flicker was down? I mean, he used it earlier. He knew that he could potentially get set up there. There wasn't much room for him to move, and he knows there's a petrify across from it. A lot of crowd control that can stop him in his tracks. Again, you can't just rely on falling.
Oh! A flicker from JP and the Black Dragon form. Now everyone's just getting dived by Liquid. OM tries to finish off the kill on Pijume. Still has the black shoes though, but they'll now focus on the mid-base turret. They still will decide to work on the other remaining turrets for now. They're taking things one step at a time.
Nino does finally come up. Can they clear the minions?
Easy going in. Look at the burst coming in from Liquid. They will get to deal with this minion for now, but there are multiple waves still coming from the mid and the top lane. Nino back again in the game. They will try to focus on him for just a bit more, but now it's Liquid just focusing on what's needed. The base is in. Okay. Everything was so fast.
That's game 2. Done and dusted. Just like in game 1 when you thought, man, is this gonna end? Well, this time TL's like, hey, we're gonna end it here. We're not gonna leave any second guesses. And I'll tell you what, they came out with a lineup that was meant for a certain purpose, and that's just to kind of keep you guessing. Where are we gonna show up? Where's the cavalry gonna come through? And Alter Ego now, I feel like, has to consider that potentially happening again. The Chip, the Luyi, those marquee picks that we see from TL before are still a problem even now.
Team Liquid had a point to prove in that game. They definitely did, showing that, listen, we can brawl with you, and this time we'll win it out. And they build a composition that's ready to brawl, that can go the distance in all of these fights, and then they just execute it so perfectly.
And remember how fast they locked in the Luyi and the Fredrin during the draft. It's like they didn't even need to think about it, regardless of whatever Alter Ego decided to go for their first 2 picks in red. It was just such a decisive call for Liquid to stick with, I guess, what's really comfortable for them and what really is tested and proven for this team.
This was definitely comfort for TL, as we've seen before. We're going to have to go ahead and have our panel break down this game, too.
That reminded me a little bit from a book I grew up with, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 6, synergies. Fredrin, Aloyi, Yu, Jean-Claude, Chip. Talk about a synergistic lineup from Team Liquid. That's a signature. They needed to win this, and they won it.
And we see the speed of when they picked it. I mean, it was instantly go for the Luyi, go for the Fredrin, go for the usual last pick. They knew exactly what they wanted to do in this particular scenario. They read through the draft, and this have worked before so many times. In fact, Luyi and Chip is such a scary combo for someone to give Team Liquid.
You literally folded the map in half twice. Not to mention you're playing on flying clouds. So this allows for Liquid to, again, play a little loose, play a little fast, and they got punished very little because in addition to them getting to be able to join fights much faster after deaths, which they suffered here, they were able to go back and then rejoin. In addition to their very, very powerful draft and, again, simple and very in identity selection of heroes, they also played very clearly. They had purpose. What purpose was that? Ruin Yasuke's day, make sure Nino could not call the shots, even if Sanford was leaving the lane often, and give Carltese all of the major objectives. And they got all they wanted here in game number 2.
What this also reminds me of is a quote from Innocent himself. Has been playing so well, and I think that what he mentioned was, even after defeating a Team Liquid, he said, when you're fighting up against Team Liquid, you cannot have a second where you're not thinking. And this is the exact exponential enlargement of that kind of concept. When you're playing up against Team Liquid, especially when they're playing Luyi and Chip, you just can't stop thinking. You have to look over your shoulder every time. You have to develop like rear cameras.
Okay, since everybody's playing a coat, I will coat.
Okay.
a Japanese proverb that has no real source. Mushin no shin, mind without mind. It seemed like Liquid was playing without minding what would happen and not thinking about what happened in game one. This was them just in a state of flow. And it's impressive to watch them do this way.
Yeah, let me quote Leo in one of his stories. Andito Naako, I'm right here. That was the lineup of Liquid. It seemed like Alter Ego always had to fight 2 rounds. One with the Chip and Yu Zhong, another with the Lo Yi with the late entry of the ultimate. Sanford gets the MVP because his dragon was definitely felt.
The ultimate Andito Naako hero is actually the Fredrin. You thought you killed the frontliner, but he hits you with the Appraiser's Wrath, gets about, half his HP back, and you're like, I thought we were done with the 2 rounds. What is this, a 2.5 round?
Yeah. Is it aku dising? Is that not even correct? Is that even grammatically correct?
I'll have an Indonesian on this.
I wish we needed an Indonesian in the desk to help us translate.
But one thing that I do want to comment here is the fact that Alter Ego actually showed us promising rotations in the early stages. However, we can see that there was such a big recovery coming out from Team Liquid. It's off of them just having these tasks. For example, Sanford, all he has to do during the team fights is to get in front in the face of the Isen Jin, and even if he drops himself afterwards, it's gonna be fine. Karatizi is just minding his own business, taking that turtle, and then eventually you can see the Lo Yi and Chip swapping between their teleports so that they can get into the fight, out of the fight, and also from left to right, they're just covering so much bases. And something will happen here where they thought like, okay, we don't want this fight anymore, we will kill Nino and then go to the other side, then look for a proper placement on their pieces.
There's the unexpected round 2. I thought we killed him!
Game number 1 from Alter Ego was definitely annoying to deal with if you're Liquid because of how honest their cutting was, and it's like, how do we stop this, man? There's nothing we can do. Meanwhile, game number 2 was annoying for Alter Ego in the sense of where are they coming from, man? It felt like being on a horror movie for Alter Ego because you did not expect where the members of Liquid would suddenly be appearing. Either it's the Chip, either it's the old Lo Yi. The 2 most honest things are the Black Dragon form and the Fredrin with a hand in his pocket coming up right in your face.
This draft coming out from Alter Ego looked really promising when it started. It was the Israel that with the Freya. Really like that, but I do think that the 3rd pick is where they kind of messed up a little bit because they had a chance to get either the Pharsa as well as the Zilda, which we also talked about when we were talking about the draft, and they would have wished they have the Pharsa in this game. As much as the Lilia is good in some of the parts of this game, especially against the Fredrin, you really feel that there's lack of range coming out from Alter Ego, and that's the reason why Team Liquid were able to just run them down. Surely when you get into the zone where Lilia can just burst the heroes, it kind of felt like they didn't have enough time, and then this Yisen chain failed horribly because it was duly punished by Team Liquid.
I hate to say this too soon, but I think RC and Pick have done it again. They figured out what buttons to press from their opponents and what they can afford to ban out and what they can allow to give, like RP's Freya, who's now at 1 loss, 3-1. Yeah, Oheb got his first quad loss in game 1, so now the scales have shifted. Yeah. I'd like to think Liquid is onto something. Because look, I'm looking back at the draft. Guess who didn't ban the Leomord? It was open too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They forced.
Right.
Yeah, so they're giving Alter Ego here a lot of comfort picks, and Liquid just ran through them.
I get what you mean. This is a trait that a team like Team Liquid has in a series, in a long series, in a best of 5, where they will lose one game, eventually they will figure out something, and then the step of Tinker, they regain control of the draft momentum, because now I'm pretty sure the Lo Yi will always be looming over the heads of the drafters of Alter Ego.
And this will allow so many other picks.
Exactly. So yeah, but I do get what you mean. It's like RC and TikTok, they have figured out something, and then now they implement it. All of a sudden, there's another layer of draft battle that's going to happen in the future.
I love drafting, man. I love it when you can clearly see some themes coming up, some surprises, and it's always just a treat to see, especially since we talked about the leaderboard at the beginning and we thought it would be more impactful in terms of determining this draft, but so far it's been forgotten by these 2 teams. It hasn't been banned or it hasn't been picked. But Alter Ego definitely brings that same kind of energy that Team Liquid does in a way in MPL Indonesia Season 16 in their playoffs run. That's what made them reach all the way to the grand finals. Their surprises. If Liquid has read something, I'm sure Alter Ego has read something too. Fire off in the comment section wherever you're watching what you think about the drafts, any predictions for your own picks, and let us know. We're going to be going off in an interview in just a bit, so for that, we just want to say thank you for spending your time with us here. Me and Leo Wolf, we've just been greatly enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the drafts will have in store for us. But now we're going to have to take a quick breather as the series is now at 1-1. It is a best of 5, so we're going to hear from our friends down at the stage. All right, see you in a bit.
Thank you so much, casters. It's Eterna here at front of the stage, and right now I'm joined with the MLBB Rising Open Season 2 and Season 3 Top 8 players. Halo semuanya, selamat datang. Welcome, welcome. Sebelum kita mulai, we want you guys to introduce yourselves first. So let's start with you.
Hello, my name is Ray.
Hello, Ray.
I'm currently playing gold lane. That's what I love the most.
Okay, so gold laner. What about your friend on the side?
Nama saya Hamdan. Saya main mid lane.
Hamdan, mid laner. All right. Do you have a mic? Okay, you don't have a mic. It's okay. We can share a mic. So, what's your name and what's your role?
My name is Akmal and role jungle and gold.
Jungle and gold. What about you?
Hello, my name is Vincent. My role is roamer.
Roamer. Okay, Vincent Roamer. What about you?
Hello, my name is Brian. I play jungle.
Jungle. All right. So we have 2 junglers here. So does that mean you guys are from a different team? Apakah berarti kalian dari tim yang berbeda?
Yes.
Okay, different team. Now, first question. We're looking at the MRO. And it looks like to get to top 8, you'll have to go through several rounds. So how many rounds did you have to go through in order to get top 8?
Okay, I'm assuming this is from start to finish, right?
Yes.
So my estimate calculation is around 33 until 36, depending on where you start.
Wait, so 36 rounds, does that mean 36 matches?
Yes.
Oh.
If you're starting from the very first beginning, then yes, it's going to be around 36 until you reach to top 8.
Wow, 36. That's a lot of matches, guys, to make it to top 8. That's one grand, I would say, prestige for you to get to that point. So I'm gonna ask you now, do you think that this is a good platform, I would say, for you to maybe feel out what it's like to go competitive, maybe in the pro scene? Mau nggak? Ini ngerasanya ini sebagai platform yang cukup bagus nggak untuk mungkin kalian bisa consider untuk menjadi pro player?
Bisa sih ditambahkan dari setiap per match-nya itu sama kayak kita turnamen besar gini, dimana kita ada nanti lawan satu tim lagi terus-terusan sampai kita dikumpulin nyampe dapat beberapa tim. Nah di situ nanti kita dikumpulin lagi yang buat nyampe 8 besarnya. Habis itu kita dites buat untuk masuk ke pro scene.
Okay, so they have to go through so many steps in order to make it to top 8. So he thinks it's a good reflective of how the system actually works in a grand scale tournament, like we're looking at here at M7. But the crowd is currently absolutely huge. Now, we want to know, you guys usually play online. So how does it feel to come here at M7 and witness an offline tournament?
The feeling is very, very different. If you're maybe just watching from home, you're probably like, it's other like day, you know. But when you come here to Jakarta, the vibe is different. The dynamic is amazing. Everyone is cheering for their favorite team. So it's a very rare opportunity to see it here.
All right, the vibe is different.